Hey, thanks for staying with us. You're watching Investors Guide on ET now. Vishal Kapoor now joins us from the Standard Chartered office in Mumbai. Vishal, thanks so much for joining us. We have a whole lot of questions to ask you. Sanjay has written in. He's 24 years old, works for an IT company in Bangalore with an annual income of 4 lakh rupees. And he tells us he has health insurance. He also has a term cover of 50 lakh and he's invested in 3 mutual funds, HDFC Top 200, AC BlackRock Top 100 and SBI Magnum Global. Now he also has a ULIP investment of 40,000 rupees. Now he tells us he plans to buy property worth 30 lakh rupees in 5 years from now. And he wants to know how he should plan to achieve that goal. So 30 lakh rupees means that he has to have at least 6 lakh rupees in savings to put as a down payment for that home. From his plan right now, Vishal, how do you think he should plan for that down payment on that home?
So Sanjay, thanks for being a viewer on this show, and I can see that you've got a good plan now built up for yourself. The good part is that you've got adequate term cover and you've got probably more than adequate health insurance now. You've also got a good mix of ULIPs as well as SIPs, so you're building yourself a good retirement nest, which is great. Now, the area that I think we'd like you to focus on is why use a personal loan for anything to do with property, because there is a cheaper loan available in the form of either a home loan or a loan against property, which is what you should probably switch to. And the second question you've asked is about your objective of a 30 lakh home loan in 5 years. I think having looked at your industry as well as growth rates of salaries in that industry, we think that in 5 years, you should be comfortably placed to actually look at a 30 lakh loan from your salary. So don't rely on these long-term investments alone. These can be used for the cash down portion of your home loan at that point in time. But you can look at leveraging your salary 5 years later to actually take a home loan. Rule of thumb you could follow is not more than 50% of your income going into EMIs of all sorts. So I think rough calculation, you should be in good shape in 5 years. All the best.
All right, our next question comes in from Vishwanath, who writes in saying he has a 1-year-old son and he wants to invest 25,000 rupees a year for the next 20 years for his son's future. So when his son is about 21, he'll have 10 or 15 lakh rupees. And he's willing to take risks and he wants to know where he should be investing that money, Vishal.
Mr. Samantha, if I recap, you'd like to invest 25,000 rupees per annum for your son, who's this 1-year-old right now, for 10 years, and then leave that money invested for another 10, so that by the time your son reaches about 20 or 21 years of age, you're looking at a corpus of about 10 to 15 lakhs for him. Now, while the objective may seem a bit steep, the power of compounding really comes to play for you over a 20-year period. So when we do a quick math, what it means is that you need to achieve only about a 12% compounded return over that period of investing. And that, by Indian standards, does look quite doable. So what you could simply do is go with a diversified portfolio, maybe take an aggressive or a moderate aggressive plan for 20 years for your son. And, you should be able to achieve these sort of returns given what history has taught us in India over the last 15 to 20 years. So all the best, go with a diversified plan and you should be in good shape.
And our last question comes in from a very young couple, Mohit, 23 years old, works for an IT firm with an income of 27,000 rupees a month. And he has 50,000 already in a fixed deposit. He wants to now save 15,000 rupees over the next 2 years and he wants to know where he can begin investing his money. Vishal obviously is to get started in an equity portfolio now, but what would you recommend?
Kapil, the good news is that, you've started thinking about your financial plan at 23, which is great. Now, what you could do is start to learn a bit more about the various risks associated with financial products to be in a good position to take an aggressive plan over time. A fixed deposit is a good place to start with, but it won't give you the benefit of long-term sort of post-tax, post-inflation returns. But you need to understand equities and other risky assets. And the best way to do that would be to get in touch with a financial planner or an advisor you can trust and work with him. You should also look at protection for yourself and any liabilities you might have in the future. So the good thing is you're starting early. The next thing you need to do is understand a bit more about finances and start building towards a moderate aggressive to an aggressive sort of savings plan that will do you good over the long term.
All right, Vishal, thank you so much for joining us on Investors Guide and answering our questions. If you have questions for Vishal or for any of our other experts, remember you can write to us on the email ID at the bottom of our screen. Tune in next week and catch Investment Guide. Thanks for watching.